It's a shame that we could depend on buses being more available to bring people into our country illegally more than we can depend on buses being available to move American citizens out of the way of Hurricane Katrina. Isn't that right, Mr. Nagin? Hey, you think they'll be calling you Chocolate City in prison? Chocolate City.
I think with that propaganda.
I still hear people today try to blame Bush about Katrina. Bush didn't care about them and let them die. No, the one who would be more guilty of that is Ray Nagin. State and local dropped the ball on y'all. Bush called days ahead and said, y'all got a hurricane coming. Shut up, Bush. Nobody cares about what you have to say. They ignored Bush and decided to ride it out and didn't deem it important to make use of those buses, but wanted to blame Bush in the aftermath. They make excuses trying to say that, well, it isn't that easy to just get on a bus and leave. And the alternative was easier? If you decide to live in an area that hurricanes go through, then it's your responsibility to make sure that you have contingencies to protect you and yours, and have a plan in the event you are warned of a hurricane. If you choose to live there, then you assume the responsibilities of the risks to live there. It's not Bush's fault. But liberals successfully made something that wasn't Bush's fault, his fault. And now liberals are managing to bust in some more blame that others aren't responsible for. This actually passes for good intentions with liberals. To bust in kids from another country illegally and dump them off in different cities. And I still don't get how south of the border can be so awesome and better than America, and how a kid can be sent home on Cinco de Mayo for wearing an American flag in his or her own country, where kids can fly the American flag upside down under the Mexican flag, where the national pride of what's south of the border is more on display than the country they chose to immigrate to. If south of the border is so great, why is it cruel to say, turn those buses back around and head back to Wonderland? How is it that the liberals aren't seen as the cruel ones for encouraging this? Maybe we should go and give these kids a ride to the homes of these liberals who say they should be able to cross the border. Look for any of those houses with a car in front of it with an Obama sticker on it and say, hey, you wanted this, deal with it. Let's find some homes for these kids. And since we'll know where these liberals live, we should have a petition that says that those who support these amnesty motions should have to pay exceedingly more in taxes. You want this? You pay for it. Stop forcing it on to other Americans. Let's take this opportunity to make liberals deal with their self-righteousness. And don't let them get tax-funded aid to help them take care of them. They want people to be able to have amnesty for crossing illegally. Let them deal fully with their self-righteousness. They'll become deportocrats in no time. How are liberals going to boast that their worldview creates more jobs when they support amnesty that threatens jobs of American citizens? Liberals say that Americans won't do these jobs that immigrants do. Yeah, and most of those Americans are those entitlement liberal larvas that y'all are mind humping in school that think they should have a free education to get $1 million job, or get $15 an hour to do a job that a robot can do. They don't want to work. They want to occupy and just get paid to show up while having the prestige of a fancy-sounding job title. These are liberals. These are the Americans that won't do those jobs. And other liberals are influencing the teenagers, and they all think they're too good to do these jobs. Maybe conservatives need to change their tactics. Instead of just having signs telling people south of the border to go home, you ought to have picket signs out there expressing how awesome it is south of the border. Make them homesick. Make those kids on those buses be like, yeah, why'd we let them make us leave? Have signs that say, America sucks. Your country is way better. Viva Mexico and El Salvador and Honduras, etc. Tell them they're crazy to leave their awesome country for America. You don't want to live here. It's better where you came from. But we'd be smart about downplaying America and praising their country because it would be sane and consistent. America sucks. Your country is better. You should stay there. Unlike liberals who are insane and inconsistent as they go on about how much every place else is better than America. America sucks. But you should leave your country that's way more awesome than our country and live in America. I'm Alfonso Rachel Zonation. Now watch. Just as America is accused of stealing Mexico, which we didn't, We're next going to be accused of stealing Mexicans to force them to work as landscapers and nannies. Chocolate City.